What's up, guys? It's Wolverine That Machine, Mr. GMSI himself. This is DNC Digital. Subscribe, click the little notification button, get your stuff in like Brian Cage does every time, because who better? Nobody.
Standing here with the Machine, Brian Cage of Impact Wrestling. Brian, you're originally a bodybuilder that went into wrestling.
Nope.
No. Sorry.
Nope.
Terrible.
I'm a pro wrestler that happens to bodybuild, not a bodybuilder trying to be a wrestler. That's where everybody gets it wrong. Just because everyone who looks like me comes out to the ring, sucks, can't wrestle at all, and then they see me and like, oh great, another freaking body guy without Batista tattoos on his back, and I get in the ring like, hot damn, wait a minute, this guy can actually go. It's because I'm wrestling through and through. I've been 10 years old. I actually started working out because let's just go ahead and throw heat all over a lot of indie guys. My first indie experience, I went out there and my first thought was, wow, a lot of people in independent wrestling don't like to work out, huh? So, and that was like back in like 2005 or something. And I've always heard all these horror stories, you know, from actually way back in the day, of people like going to wrestling school and get taken advantage of or beat up or whatever. So I'm like, I don't want to show up, 155 pounds soaking wet and look like a jabroni and get taken advantage of. So I got to work out and look the part to be the part. I didn't show up looking like this, but I waited a couple years to gym really hard before I ever went to training school, and then I started training and gradually kept increasing in my size, my in-ring ability, my charisma, my mic work, everything. So I felt like trying to reach the top, you should progress each and every aspect of the wrestling world, not just one or the other. And so that's what I've tried to do, is continue to grow in every which way that I can. So
you were really good friends with Chris Kanyon.
Yes.
When you started. Can you tell me what it meant when he asked you to be Mortis and what that character means to you?
That's a good little question.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I was actually in Atlanta. He helped get me into Deep South uncontracted. And as he was winding down to like coming to terms with his retirement again, because everybody retires and doesn't fully retire. Like, I don't know. He's like, no, I think I'm going to be fully retired. He asked me if I'd want to still be Mortis. I'm like, what, really? And he goes, yeah, because I'm thinking, this is it. I'm going to be done. But that'd be cool to kind of still have my name out there without being out there. And one way would be for, you to be Mortis. That was his character. So that was a huge freaking honor to me, obviously being a huge Kanyon fan and becoming one of his really good friends. And then maybe one of the coolest compliments I've ever gotten, I sent him the first match I did as Mortis in the Bay Area in California for an old defunct promotion called Brawl Wrestling. And he sent me back a text in all caps that said, absolutely phenomenal job as Mortis. Please keep doing it. And that's probably one of the coolest compliments I've ever gotten in wrestling. It meant a lot. So
I congratulate you for that.
Thank you, man.
Can you tell me, because everybody has these milestones, these checkpoints in their life. Was there ever a time when you started the business that you said, man, if I do this, then I made it? Or is there a feeling like, let's just see what more we can do?
Well, okay, so the first definite milestone I had, which I consider like one of my first, true pro wrestling matches, or matches like, as a pro, if you will, was actually going back to him, was wrestling Chris Kanyon. I used to run a promotion in my own hometown of Chico, California, and I got him to come out, and I got to work him in my hometown in my own promotion, which was such an honor. And I remember too, I did not want to go over. I was refusing to go over, and he's like, no, kid. He goes, I don't want, you probably don't want to hear this, but we'll probably never get a chance to ever work again. Like, I absolutely believe, Geraldtown, you should go over. So being able to work him and have that match, and it was great. It's still probably one of my top 3 favorite matches of my career. Obviously, because I'm obviously much better worker now than forever ago, but it was so special and meaningful to me, and it was just so great. I remember we had such a packed house, and everybody under the sun was there. I go on for that. And I remember the feeling I had after that night was such an unforgettable and I don't know, I can really get that feeling. So it's like a top 3 favorite match and moment maybe in my life, just because it was so amazing. I remember doing commentary for the DVD afterwards. I even said if my career was over tomorrow, at that point, I felt like I would feel pretty fucking good about my career. That, and then growing up since 10, like I said, I always wanted to be a wrestler. And just growing up, for whatever reason, I just told everyone I would be signed to WWE by the time I was 24. That was just what I thought, and I envisioned it, and was I'm going to make it happen. And that was just the number and the age that I picked. And by the time I was 24, I got signed to WWE. So
you were in the Dude Busters, right?
I was, no, the Dude Busters was Trent Beretta and Kalen Croft. Oh. I was the Tricksters with PJ Black.
Nice.
We actually beat the Dude Busters for the FCW title.
That's the one, and then but then you lost it that night to Rotunda's.
Yes. Well, it sucked too because it was that night, but it was 4 weeks of TV, so it was 3 weeks later, but it was that night on.
Out in the TV world.
Yeah, right. So
How do you feel about your career now, and what's one thing that, a lot of people are their own worst critics. A lot of people are really hard on themselves. Seeing the size of you, I can tell that you're hard on yourself. You're telling me that you started pretty much my size, and now you're...
Yeah, I graduated 155 pounds, and then now I'm 265 pounds. So.
Is there something short-term or even long-term that you want for your career, for Brian Cage?
I mean, I've done a lot. I've been really happy, but, like, of course, I feel like if you don't... it's easy, not just in wrestling, but just in life, to be content or settle with stuff. And I feel like that's what separates, the elite from the average, if you will. So I could be like, yeah, I'm pretty happy going, but no, I want more. I mean, if you're in any line of work and you don't want to be the best at what you do, then I don't know why you're trying to do it, so to speak. So, I mean, I feel like there's still plenty of matches to have, plenty of places to go, plenty of things to accomplish, to be able to try to put my mantle, my name on that mantle as being one of the best ever. So I hope to reach that, and worst case, if I can't be the best ever or one of the best ever, at least I can be the only Brian Cage.
Fair enough. Survivor Series, 5-man team, you're one of them. Who are your 4 partners? Any era?
Whoa, any era?
Yes.
Hold on, let me help this kid out with this ball. Oh, got away from me. We'll come back to it. All right. Oh, man. Okay, well, we've already mentioned him a couple of times. Let's give love to Chris Kanyon. I give primetime HBK.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I'm a little torn, though, because it's like who I like. I'd love to have him as my partner, but at the same time,
you'd love to be across the ring.
Yes. That makes it, like I was about to say, AJ Styles is going to dream match of mine like me. Maybe I'd rather work these guys than have you work them, but we'll keep it with that. With AJ Styles, Shawn Michaels, Chris Kanyon, and this is the last one, so like us, like make or break. Maybe somebody else is like kind of not as.
I see a theme going, so.
Like I would say the other name, because like so my my overall in and out of the ring style, I've always emulated after the 3 Chris's. That's Chris Jericho, Chris Kanyon, Chris Benoit. Since Chris Jericho is still relevant and obviously consistent, I don't feel like it's special to put him in the team. So it makes me want to say Chris Benoit. I don't know if people will get mad about that because of what happened, but we'll go into like 1998 Benoit, so that way it's
we can that it's that Benoit, not the other one, but that Benoit.
Yeah, before it went crazy. So.
I appreciate all your time. I do want to know, now that you talked about HBK being on your team, but you also wanted him across the ring, was there ever a moment that, they say that you have to have the nerves when you get out of the curtain, and you have to, be nervous in the match. Was there ever a moment in your career where you looked across the ring and you're like, holy crap, I'm actually wrestling him? And in that, to follow the question, do you ever get to step back and say, wow, I am Brian Cage. I am getting to do all this fun stuff?
Another interesting question. Yeah, there's been several times where I'm like, oh man, maybe not like in the moment where like I'm actually about to have the match, because then like the switch kind of flipped on and you think about it more after the fact. I would say more so like going into it. We're like, oh, it's so cool, I get to wrestle this guy. And sometimes too, it's not even like, I don't really like anybody. Like things like that, not great of a match, but obviously just the person or the persona or the mystique or nostalgic. Like, oh, I get to be in the match. Actually throwing it back just last August, getting the team with Scott Steiner randomly versus Joey Ryan and Orange Cassidy was like this is a bust. Like what? Like obviously, like that's not gonna go down as one of the best matches in history. But it was the fact that match happened was like, this is ridiculous. This is amazing. Like even now at this point in my career, like this is absolutely awesome. And then I get to work with the Body Guy show for Ethan Page. WrestleMania weekend, me versus Scott Steiner in 3 stages of hell: a debate, a pose off, and then a match. So that's ridiculous as well. But yeah, no, I've got nervous plenty of times against certain people, or even just certain shows. Like when it's a big show, I've worked, John plenty of times, Morrison. Like there's a couple of times where main eventing the pay-per-views at Impact was like, oh, it's like a big deal. So even though it shouldn't be like that big of a deal, I should be comfortable, confident. So then like, oh, it's like all eyes and like attention's right here. Like it, you got the same match somewhere else. Like this is a bigger deal now, so it gets you a little like, oh, what if I slip on this? What if I mess up on that? Like it starts to get in your head a little bit. So
when you talk about attention, somebody like Orange Cassidy, Joey Ryan, they're divisive characters. I'm a big fan of how ridiculous something can seem, but a lot of times they're like, oh man, they're using them for this, they deserve better. They're using them for that, they deserve better. How important is it for somebody to maximize the minutes, even if 2 or 3 minutes on TV?
Oh, huge, especially like good people too that we just mentioned as far as like a Joey Ryan or Orange Cassidy, because they can have such a small role, but because they're so unique and different, they can get so much mileage out of that role. And what's funny is because they stand out for doing so little stuff or something, comedical for lack of a better word, that also when they maximize their time, I mean, Joey makes so much money on merchandise. That's because he has that short bit of time can connect with the crowd. We're like, oh, you want to buy his t-shirt? Oh, you want to buy this? You want his little blow pop, whatever the case may be. So like obviously he's up a house, what's going on? So obviously that makes it huge deal because you have that moment. You want to maximize it all. Like especially if it's on major cable, every second you're on TV, they're paying for you to be on TV. So you're basically it's your time to shine. You're the poster board, you're the commercial advertisement. So that's the time to sell yourself to get everyone invested in you, because if not, you may not get another chance. So
where can the fine people who watch this find you on social media?
Brian Cage on Instagram. I can't talk. That's a new app coming out next year. That's
the new grandma coming out.
Brian Cage on Instagram. Pro Wrestling Tees / Brian Cage for your swag, and then on Twitter, I always use this one last because it's Mr. GMSI_B Cage. It's a really long, ridiculous name. Nobody ever can usually find me because of the name, but I've had it forever and it's a blue check mark, so if I change it, I lose it, and I can't do that. So,
Brian Cage, the Machine, DNC Digital here at South Texas WrestleFest. Thank you so much for watching.